I'm here with Dr. AARon Boster, president of Ohio's Boster Center for MS. Today, we're going to chop it up with the good doctor because his practice recently had his second birthday and how his MS folks are managing their MS through COVID because it too recently had its second birthday, y'all. And we're going to chop it up about all that right now. So the Boster Center for MS has had its second birthday. Okay, happy birthday, baby.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We opened up March 19th, 2020. And 2 days later, the governor of Ohio saw fit to close the state of Ohio. So the birth of the Boster Center for MS and our era of COVID were really kind of synced up, not on purpose.
Talk about stress, man.
Well, giving tertiary level care to people impacted by MS during a global viral pandemic has its own set of variables to deal with. And I just tell my team, our story is not boring, and it's made us care more. It's made us more appreciative for when people do come in the office. That's a gift to us. When we are able to help someone, it's a gift to us. And the fact that from nothing, we created this space where there's over 1,000 families, where they're getting really, I hope, really solid MS care. It just means the world to me. It's exciting. My grandfather, who is the patriarch of my family, he was the caregiver for my uncle who had MS. My grandfather, he taught me what it meant to care about someone, and he taught me what it meant to have MS in a home. His artwork is all over my clinic. So all of his paintings that used to be in his home when he passed away, my mother gave them to me. And so I have one on the wall right here. And it's so special that I can take care of people impacted by MS with my family's artwork all over the walls.
Oh, and that is incredible. You see the crying guy in me, like, wait, what is happening? Because I know you have a bust of dude in your crib somewhere. Is that what
I do? So I have a bust of my grandmother. I have some self-portraits that my grandfather did of himself, and a portrait he did of my uncle. And it just these are paintings that I grew up with seeing on the walls of my grandparents' home.
Right.
And so to be able to sit in a clinic room with my patient and their family and have one of those paintings on the wall, it's an honor. It really makes me feel good.
It's one of those moments that help you remember that you are spirits in bodies and not the other way around,
And I think I'm not going to say that every doctor should open their own practice once, to have an experience, but it does make me a better provider. I'll give you a quick example. Prior to opening the Boster Center, I ran a big healthcare systems immunology. So I was a systems chief for like 13 hospitals, and they had a lot of resources. And so one of my jobs was overseeing these large infusion centers. And I remember once that there was a blanket warmer, which is like the size of a refrigerator, and it was on one side of the infusion bay. And I said, I need one on the other side because I don't think I should have to walk from one all the way to the other one to get someone a blanket. And so they said, okay. And they got me a second blanket warmer. Well, Fast forward, I open up the Boster Center for MS. I've got infused patients, and my patient says, hey, can I have a blanket? I could not afford blankets, Damien. I didn't have enough money to buy blankets. So I talked to my CFO, and he said, AARon, we can't do that. So we started to save money. We saved for 4 months, and we saved up enough money that we could have half of a blanket service. So not the whole service, but half the blankets. So now we have blankets. So now I want to get a blanket warmer. So I learned for the first time how much that refrigerator blanket warmer costs.
Oh yeah.
$9,000.
Ooh, there you go. Okay.
I don't have $9,000. So there was no blanket warmer. So again, we start saving money, and my wife found a used blanket warmer the size of a microwave. It'll hold 3 blankets.
Right.
I'll tell you something. When I bring a patient a warm blanket, it means so much more to me as a human being than it ever did. I mean, before of course you get a warm blanket, but now I want to bring it to you because quite honestly, it took a lot of work to get it. And And it just means a lot more to me now. And so I'm grateful for that.
You know, it's not funny, but something in common is the amount of I'm just drawing this parallel here. In some way you have MS. Before you have MS, you have health in certain ways. And then the health in other certain ways is sort of taken. And whether you just sort of don't understand, like now that it's gone and you want it again, you don't know what it's going to take to sort of get that back.
Yep.
So you do different things toward that goal, but whatever it's going to be, who knows which one of these things is going to be, but one of them is going to be a thing. And so once you have that piece of health back, like for me, it's like I'm starting to feel two of my toes again on different of my feet. Oh, and it's remarkable. And my gait is different. And like my bathroom habits are starting to, so like I am through the moon right now, Doc.
Well, and you know, someone who has never lost feeling doesn't understand why feeling two toes would matter.
Oh, man.
You know, I try, you know, sometimes we sleep funny, you know, we'll wake up and our hands numb.
Yeah.
I now immediately try to use my numb hand. I'll either try to grab a pen and write, or I'll try to do something on my phone, because I want to have the experience of what my patient goes through trying to use their hand when they can't feel it.
Point is, once you sort of figure out that thing and you have that thing back, man, you appreciate that thing for what it is so much more.
Those are your two favorite toes now.
Though, absolutely. Those are
like you didn't used to have favorite toes. Now you have two favorite toes.
Right. And how your blanket warming thing is like, man, I appreciate this warm blanket right here, because you knew what it took to
sometimes
have that warm blanket.
Oh, you don't want, are you sure you don't want a blanket? Well, how about bringing one anyways? You know?
Like, yo, what's up with this guy trying to give me these warm blankets, son?
Yeah, be like, it's summertime, knock it off. You're like, no, I have to give you a warm blanket.
Like, Dr. Boster, it's July, sir.
Like,
I don't need a warm blanket.
Take the blanket. Yeah.
No, but the idea of having something gone and then figuring and then you got to live without it. You're like, no, this is not, I can't do it. It's gone. And then you're like, it is not gone. I just have not managed how I am going to have them now in this moment. So what am I going to do? You know,
that is so important. And there's a term, paradigm shifting, and that's really what you're talking about. Boom. So, you know, the example that I like to use is we have your family on a sailboat. We have your family on a motorboat, and you're out you're far enough into the water that you can't see shore.
Right.
And the engine dies.
Okay.
So now you got a problem. You're on a motorboat and you can't see land, and the motor won't start. So you have to paradigm shift. You have to raise a sail, or you have to call the Coast Guard, or you have to paddle. The point is, you have to get your family to shore. Like, it's not an option just to live in the boat, you know? And so you paradigm shift. And in MS, sometimes barriers are overcome through paradigm shifting. I'll use an MS example. So many men in the Midwest determine their value as a man based on the quality of their lawn. The more manicured the lawn, the more of a man they are, right? And that's
absolutely.
That's a thing, like legit. And so most of these men, we learned how to mow our lawns at age 11. Our dad took us out in the backyard in the middle of, Saturday afternoon.
Come here, son, let me show you how to be a man.
Hot as all hell. And then you mow the lawn. You do the whole thing. You come in and then you take your shoes off before you go in. And then we do the exact same thing for the rest of our lives. And so some guy that's always mowed his lawn at noon on Saturday has MS now. And he has heat sensitivity and motor fatigue. And he is destroyed because now his wife is out mowing his lawn because he can't get through the heat.
Oh,
and
man.
He doesn't feel like a man. So
absolutely.
Here's a paradigm shift. Saturday morning, before the sun's fully up, mow your front lawn, just the front lawn, put the mower away, take a cold shower, start your day. Sunday morning before church, go on the back lawn, mow the back lawn, take your shower, go to church. By the end of the day, you got all your man points. You mowed your lawn. But you
went to church.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And you got to church on time. So the point here is, you can still mow your lawn, but you can't do it the way you used to. You have to paradigm shift. And it's hard to paradigm shift. And if you figure out how to do something, that's the way you do it. And sometimes that way is no longer viable, but a different way is. I think that's important.
That is the biggest shift that one has to make within themselves. And sometimes outside influences like a person or a book will have them do that. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, even if something external stimulates it, it's got to come from the inside, man. Yep. And you got to strike out a whole lot of time before you even get anywhere near it. And you have to follow through with things that might not exactly be working right now, but won't know for sure until you have let time also run its course on top of these things. Time is an essential element that in some way doesn't exist throughout the universe, but absolutely 100% exists in this plane.
I think if there's one point that we're working towards, or one principle, or it's to do something with purpose. So it's to have a goal, because if you can define the goal and that's where we're headed, now we can figure out all the different ways of getting there. So if the goal is to complete college coursework, but you can't go to school full time because of life or because MS makes it harder, as an example, you can still graduate college, but you might have to do it one course at a time. So it's not going to be a 4-year gig. It's going to be a 10-year gig. But if the goal is to graduate, you're still going to graduate. And so identifying the goal, in the earlier example, get your family off the boat to shore. That's the goal. Now that we know the goal, now we can talk about how to do it, Right. And that's why, Damien, I feel like in all of our lives, whether it be trying to live your best life despite having MS, or just try to get through a Saturday with a global viral pandemic or what have you, if you can identify what is the goal, everything else tends to then shape around it. All too often, I'll ask someone, "What's your goal?" and they'll look at me like I'm an alien. Exactly. So,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's the strangest space to occupy, because when you're a big ball of hurt, you don't really want to do anything but stop this big ball of hurt.
Yeah.
Let alone wait a minute, what do you mean thrive? What do you mean have goals?
Yeah.
But that's really the only thing that's going to get you out of the ball of hurt, not the medication, not the diet, not the exercising that we know. It's how you are putting this all together in your way consistently. Correct. And the only way you know that are gonna know that after trial and error, it's having that idea, that notion. It come from in you,
That's exactly right. That's why, let's pretend someone's listening to us and they're touched by this conversation. I'm going to challenge them to write down on a piece of paper 3 long-term goals. So that's the challenge. I double dog dare you to take a piece of paper and write down 3 long-term life goals. And that's all I want you to do. You don't need to share it with your spouse or your loved ones. You can stick in your pocket or in a desk drawer, but take the paper out, write down 3 long-term life goals. I want to climb Monte Picchu. I'm going to finish my master's degree, and I want to see Greece one more time before I die. All right, write them down.
Yeah. Wow. No, it's not a lot of times where I'm at a loss for words, and it's not that it's at a loss for words. It's I can say so much behind what you just said. Thank you, Dr. Boster. The idea of coming into the space and sharing good time, sharing some of what we got going on in the life and the MS life, huge, gigantic. And thank you for just showing up and being here in this space in this way. Where can people who are looking at this thing right here, right now, find you and find your awesomeness?
Oh, God bless you. So I hang out on the interwebs quite a bit. I have a YouTube channel. It's my name, AARon Boster, MD.
Holler at him. You want to see that, son?
I put a video out every Monday morning. And so join me there. Also, you can find me on Facebook and Twitter, AARon Boster, MD. So, look for me. I do live streams, as often as I can, once or twice a month. So don't be a stranger, and wave hello, howdy, hi if you see me on the interwebs.
Look, the man is not only a G, he's a capital G. So check out for believe that. No, thank you really much for coming into space, Dr. Boster.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I can't wait to connect soon. Give me a high five, COVID style.
Oh, hey, high five. Boom.
Take care.
And thank you guys for watching, and we're going to see you another time. Peace, peace. Thanks, man. Yeah.
All right, I dig it. That's awesome.